moment they hit those level 15 timings. And this is the thing I hate about Baxia and Barats. If you do not close out the game before your enemy hits 15, you tend to literally lose your win percentage. Like a huge margin.
I agree, but at the same time, I do feel like if you compare those two, right, I much more rather have Baxia because at least I have Daytona as well. I have some form of control.
We'll Barats.
I mean, yeah, Barats.
Yeah, you say Baxia.
Did I say Baxia? I said Barats or... Okay, Barats.
Okay. Yeah.
Barats. Imagine if Baxia can do that. Bans for Game 2, same for Team HAQ. Just shut down Max. No Link, no Roger. I wonder if NINERS will consider banning or taking Natan away. Because if Natan doesn't get banned here, I'll bet you 90% Team HAQ is going to first pick Natan.
Yeah, but at the same time as well, I can't really blame Max here because Max did all the right things he's done so far, even though he has one of the worst track record for playing tank junglers or any other non-assassin junglers. He has one of the most terrible win rates in MPL since MPL MY. Since his debut from MPL MY last year with Team Secret until now. He has not had a good game if he's not playing an assassin jungler.
I mean, he played mid for one season, right?
Yeah.
Then he came into jungle. And I think, just to give context, his win rate with tank junglers is low, but his impact is high. Just that they could not close out
the games. Yeah.
It's in case like any pundits were like, wow, Max sucks on tank junglers. No, he's good, but they just could not.
They just couldn't close out the games. It's so, like, I don't know if he's overrated or underrated. Like, I don't exactly know how to rate Max. It feels like Max, he's gifted, but he's just can't win games for some reason.
He's a great jungler, but tank jungler is not his cup of tea. I like the Natan ban. I think they figured it out that, man, Team HAQ only picks Natan for Sakin no matter which side they're on. Let's ban Natan and see what else they have.
Okay, seeing how this is going into the drafts here, let's take a look in towards what's open right now, right?
Matilda.
Like, Matilda's open. Framis is actually open as well. Fredrin also going to be a priority here. Personally, when we see this situation, Matilda is going to be a no-brainer, right? Like Malaysian teams, they love Matilda. But I think if we were to compare the Indonesian region as well as Philippine region here, if this is an exact scenario, they would prioritize Fredrin over that. But guess what? Fredrin completely ignored from both sides here. So I wouldn't be surprised to see Janus taking it again here. JB NINERS, they get the Moskov. The 4 gold laners that we talked earlier on is pretty much Harif, Moskov, Roger, as well as the Natan. All 4 is out right now, so I don't really know what Saga is going to be playing right now.
I think right now they might be picking the Barats Matilda, right? Barats Matilda.
That's a no-brainer for them, right? Yeah.
I mean, Fredrin is good. We've seen that example with Selangor Giants. They play Matilda Fredrin, but either or, if you have a feeling that Max might play Fredrin, you might as well pick Barats. It's a direct answer, right, to the Fredrin. You just win objective fights.
Yeah, I think this is something that Team HAQ can actually do very safely. Okay, like for Team HAQ, I get it, right? Team HAQ, they'll go Matilda Barats, great.
Yeah.
But for JP NINERS, it's going to be a different story, right? Like, even if they put Matilda Barats, there is a very, very strong possibility that Max says, I don't want to play tank junglers, I'm going to play assassin.
You don't really have a choice. You don't really have a choice. Like, what else are you going to pick? You can't pick Baxia here. You probably don't want to pick Akai. Like, Fredrin is his most comfortable jungle tank jungler.
But okay, think about this, right? During the earlier weeks of MPL MY, during the most recent MPL MY, the first few weeks, Iris has played so much Barats that why did you pick Barats anyway?
Now that you brought it up, there's a chance Janus just plays Akai. I don't know.
And then Akai into Matilda. I was like, what's the point of having Matilda
Or they might play Assassin, honestly. I mean, why not, right? I think that there's, because the Barats is there, you always have options. Okay. I'm surprised that Arlott was ignored.
Oh yeah, that's a little bit of a... It's interesting to see, like, MY... Okay, MPI MY has like 20 to 30% win rate when an Arlott is picked.
Yeah.
But the funny thing is, the guy that is so good at Arlott hasn't picked a single Arlott in the game, and that's Iris, which is weird for me.
Yeah.
He's so good at it, but he's not picked it.
He has other roles to fill.
And whenever if they pick it, it's either Noir that plays it or...
It's mostly Noir.
Who's the other guy?
X-Win? X-Win? Yeah, X-Win
from King Empire.
Vita plays Arlott. X-Win plays a lot of Grok. So when they brought Vita in to debut...
No. The guy from RG. RGMY.
Oh, well, Storm.
Yes, Storm.
Zorn also plays pretty mean Arlott, right? Like, yeah. So, Terizla banned, so they are hard-targeting Iris. Like the Terizla ban. So that means that they are very confident that Janus is going to be on this Barats.
It's so weird to see, like, Iris, dude, you're so good at Arlet. Why don't you just play Arlet, man?
I mean, there's a possibility right now.
Okay, fair enough.
If
but would you like a Terisla this game?
No, it was banned out.
Oh, okay.
I would rather take.
God, delete it. Oops.
I would rather take a fighter for Iris at this point in time. Like, do you really need that Arlet? I guess you can.
I think he's gonna lean on the export, considering that JP NINERS did ban it off the previous game. Wait, was he JP NINERS or
JP NINERS banned it?
JP
NINERS banned it, yeah.
So
there we go.
Okay, never
Arlet.
mind. Sorry, Iris, you ain't playing no Arlet this time.
Still a flex though. Don't know if it's Barbosa or Year 3. I think Year 3 also plays
Year 3
Arlet,
plays Arlet,
but not as much. I think most of the time, like if Yuzhong is open, he plays Yuzhong. Antagonist just wants him to play Yuzhong.
I think CC isn't too bad in this game for Team HAQ. No, actually CC isn't too bad for JP NINERS as well, but I'm not a big fan of it considering that they don't have enough sustains, right? Right now, the biggest problem that JP NINERS had was that they couldn't deal with the Minotaur's heal in the previous game, and this time they have the Matilda to work with again, and they don't have true damages to actually deal with the Barats here. And sometimes they go for the carry, sometimes they go for export here. I think JP NINERS, if they decide to go for it, it's fine. But they steal the carry. They take the carry for themselves, but they also bring in the Lapu Lapu again for Iris. Not a big fan.
That is so bold. The carry pick is bold, but you have Matilda as an insurance plan, right? I think without the Matilda, it would have been such a different story. The final, this is where we see what Year 3 plays. Like, is it that Arlet or is it Barbosa Arlet? Like, what else can Barbosa play? There's no more Minotaur, no more Edith.
That's a Cho. He can go for Cho.
That is true.
They can go for Rafaela if they want to. But okay, they go for Paquito instead. All right.
I
so
like this
it
so
is
much
the
better.
Arla roam.
I like this so much better, right? You have a setter that can play with the Luo Yi, and then you have someone that can play side lane with this Lapu. You can kind of match the Lapu.
I actually like the Paquito pickup just because it can just potentially one-shot Maima as well as Sakit if they're all by themselves here. But seeing how Maima's position, in this case, for those guys who are watching here, Maima is actually Petrificus Totalis. Why would you...
Wait, I forgot to Google what it means. I need to Google it later.
Petrificus Totalis.
Petrificus Totalis.
It feels like Wingardium Leviosa, but at the same time, Petrificus I don't know. Is that a spell from after Harry Potter?
I'm gonna... Alright, so... Yeah, you're correct. It's from Hogwarts Legacy. It's from Harry Potter, yes.
Oh, the game itself?
It's the full... I mean, it's from Harry Potter. I mean, the universe,
the
right?
same universe?
Yeah,
oh, it's from the game itself.
It's called the Full Body Bind Curse. It petrifies enemy.
You don't say, bro. You don't say.
Just in case you don't get the memo, it petrifies people and defeats them instantly. Wow, Maima pretty... I mean, living up to that name.
But he's not playing a petrified hero, though.
Yeah. What mid laners has something close to that? I can't think of any right now.
Guinevere? Maybe? No,
mid lane Guinevere?
Promise?
It's a stretch. You know what? Xavier.
Okay, yeah, sure. Whatever,
oh my god.
man.
First, what? You know, we've been seeing...
bro.
We've been seeing like... I don't know about you, but I've been seeing a lot of like Matilda players recently who just disrespect these roamers with early damage and just giving first blood away. That's the flicker Matilda, by the way. It's not even purified.
Yeah, it's just got one shot by Arlen, right?
I would have been a lot more forgiving if he had purified, but he had flicker and he still went down.
Oh my god.
He's still doing it?
Okay. You know, are they going to try and challenge? I don't think he has that much strength. Like, the thing about Matilda is that before 4, he's just one of the weakest hero ever. It's like, oh wait, I've got Gliding Wind. Not exactly the most impactful, especially in terms of early game, right? But once he has those circling eagles, once you have those like level 8 situations here, Matilda is just so annoying to deal with. And JP NINERS, they may have the necessary tools to fight this, especially with Moonji's Divergent, right? If he gets a nice drop on them before the circling eagle even pops, or even a Gliding Wind, they can just one-shot people.
I like how he just straight up loses against Barbosa. Like, he brought Barbosa down to half health, and then one Vengeance Demon Mark and Brace Might brought him back to full. Oh man.
It's weird because Arla's interactions kind of feels like a Terisla, right? Like, when your health drops down super low, Terisla gets super tanky. But for an Arla, it's a different craze. It's not super tanky, but it just has so much lifesteal. It's weird.
Yeah. Moreover, when you have people that can crowd control enemies, right? Like Fredrin is a very good example. Fredrin, Luo Yi, you just keep applying the Demon Mark. Divergent. They actually got pinged out before the TP, so Petrificus Totalis sees this, but still has the flicker. Luo Yi again getting the turtle. First blood. Well, already claimed, but the first kill of this fight It's gonna go over to Iris and followed by the death of Barbosa. Iris retreats. JP9ers 1 kill, 1 turtle.
Again, this is a repeat for JP9ers going up his Team HAQ as well. And you can see even the jungle rotation, Max is still a level ahead of Janus before this fight. So it's very annoying considering the rotations as well. And we talked about how Max somehow manages to out-rotate Janus every single time, right? You can see Team HAQ, initially they wanted, because Noir lost his life, like he wasn't able to zone or even stop the annoyance coming from Barbosa. And Barbosa being not showing himself in the lanes forces Janus to always rotate safely in all these fights, which is very, very difficult to work with here. But no, again, this fight, they're both level 4. Janus actually going for the gobble up. He actually gobbled the wrong person. He didn't actually gobble up Max. And because of that, they both missed the retry, which is weird. Moonji was able to get a kill. And I think this is the second time that both players didn't exactly win their retry battles.
It hurts because Noir didn't even have the circling eagle. That fight could have been so different. They pinged out the divergence and still had to blow the flicker onto the Novaria, which again, small losses, but at least Team HAQ, they're not letting JP9ers run away with a big gold lead this time.
Yeah, it's not super crazy yet, but eventually JP9ers, they do have that big power spike. They're playing around the divergent very, very smartly this game, and I like how Maima was able to kind of realize that, hey, that's the game plan that JP9ers kind of shut them down game 1, and they are adapting. They're not taking huge losses now. They're doing pretty okay in terms of trading 50-50s here. 1k lead in 4 minutes game, yes, it's a huge one. It looks really, really big, but at the same time, this is like 4 minutes in the game. Like, if you're talking about 2-3 minutes game, 1k lead is a very, very big. But 4 to 5 here, we are slowly in mid-game here. It's barely a difference of just 1 or 2 free moves.
It seems like Zabs is going to go to take that mid wave and then potentially join this fight. JP9ers, this time, it's going to be an even red 3 fight. Astro Echo with the ping. Moonji will be the target. The gobble up, following the circling eagle. Moonji slam into the wall. Good final slash from Barbosa to cover his Lo Yi as they take care of Noir, but Iris will take care of that Lo Yi. Moonji goes down. It's an even trade for both sides, and Year 3 is going to keep Iris away. So far, no one getting the objective yet.
Beautiful stuff coming from Team HAQ. They realize that Moonji is the biggest threat here, but it's not over yet. They're dropping down low. Janus needs to back off.
I mean, Janus is so tanky. Barbosa could barely make a scratch.
No ultimates.
This is going to be a tough one. Max getting the objective again. Divergent from Moonji to rejoin the fight, and now another final slash into the Appraiser's grab. Max with the kill onto Janus, and Iris goes down, but a snipe from Maima to equal things up. Team HAQ, though, they still lost 2. Looking to be number 3. Zabs is going to see Noir. This should be an easy kill. Noir has nowhere to run. 3 for JP9ers and a turtle.
Oh my god, it feels so sad. Like, it looks like a desperate attempt from Team HAQ. They didn't have the sustains. They needed Noir to actually provide those healings, but he just doesn't have those healings yet. This is a Matilda early game. No Flash of Oasis whatsoever. Moonji, he was the first to fall, but because the fight dragged out so long, he immediately rejoined the fight. Divergent got a 3-man yin-yang reaction. With or without Moonji, JP9ers just overpowered them with just sheer health.
Hey, you know the fight is long when Barbosa gets his second final slash. Early on, well, in the early game, final slash cooldown is quite long, but when we reach that late game, I think it goes down to 18 seconds, something around there.
They need to be a little bit more decisive here coming from Team HAQ. Like, the moment you wrap up a fight here, they need to sync up really, really well. And this is the one thing I hate about Novaria. Yes, you get vision, but in terms of the burst potential, it's not there. Like, Novaria is known to be very, very spammable, but it's not the type where you get a little bit of a burst damage here. But it looks like this Barbosa is going to get caught out.
Yeah, he's already dead. Just the gobble of control, too strong. Max actually gets the yin reaction and energy eruption. The one that goes down is actually Sakin of all people. Not the greatest news for Team HAQ. I think Zabs got the kill. Is this Zabs or Moonji?
Yeah, this is good. This is actually good for JP9ers. Like, they have a much clearer game plan this game to actually close out game compared to before now. And now, Tier 1's up top is pretty much gone as well. Descending a Year 3. What are you doing, Noir?
I mean, the jab.
No. Moonji, ugh, that's yuck. Yuck damage right there.
And a solo kill down bot.
Okay.
Zabs just takes care of Iris. Munji, well, as quick as he was in the top lane, he's now back mid. Maima doesn't notice. He uses the ultimate, but Munji is going to make sure that no one from Team HAQ can contest this. Third turtle for JP9ers. Across this series, JP9ers has had 100% turtle secure rate.
This is so annoying to work with here. I like how Munji is still taking advantage of the fact that he's using his experience as a player, right? He's not afraid to use Divergent to make sure that he gets to lane to get XP advantage over Maima right now. And he's now a level ahead. He was able to set up very, very beautiful flanks here just because of the fact that Team HAQ just can't really do too much. They have to back off every single time. And JP9 is now with a 6k lead. And it feels like this game is not going to be similar to how game 1 is. But look at this. NINERS, they're going to make an attempt here.
At least not to Iris, who smells that because he pulled the trigger a bit early. NINERS still, well, they will get control of Team HAQ's jungle, the top side one. I would say that JP NINERS, well, before Loi was a thing, Matilda moves the fastest, right? You can move your team across the map fastest. Loi changes that. Loi and Chip. This is the same spot that JP NINERS found themselves in the previous game, 8 minutes in, 5k plus goal advantage.
This is weird. Like, I expected this early lead coming from Team HAQ because they had the Barats, but considering how well Moonji has been playing on this low Yi, look at his damage as well, 17k as compared to Maima, who's only got 12k. And technically, Maima's skills is much more spammable compared to Moonji, whereas Moonji just needs to wait for like 3 guys walks up, boom, yin-yang reaction, someone's gonna die, right? So in this case, again, Team HAQ, awkward situations here. They need more decisive blows. They need a finisher to actually close out games. And you can see even here, Iris starting on the fight. Can they get the kill on Barbosa? I think he's going to walk out. Yep, he is going to walk out.
And he uses a flicker, and I think
Mark wanted
to go on to Max, instantly bringing Yetri in! And Zavs, he gets a double kill off of that effort. Right in the faces of Team HAQ, and just as Lord is about to spawn.
This is so frustrating, right? Like, Team HAQ has a composition that peels really, really well, but they just don't have that finisher. They start a fight, they peel somebody off, nobody can finish the fight. And then Moonji comes in and say like, you guys messed up, comes behind, boom, someone dies.
The worst part was that they appeared on top of the 2 most important members of Team HAQ.
Oh,
both
boy.
Maima and Sakin died in an instant.
Moonji's game sense is just insane. Like, who has the guts to teleport right in back lines and not get punished for it? Like, they had the first jump advantage. They knew who was the right guy to bring in and just completely wiped the floor. Like, Team HAQ, every single time they throw all their spells, they can't focus fire on one guy. And because of this, it's hurting them so much. And again, right now, Barat's level 11, Max level 13. He is pretty much outscaled in just 10 minutes of the game right now.
Man, that blows. Janus wanted to retry his orange buff. Retrie's Max instead because the orange buff was out of range. Oh man. Well, NINERS now clearly have a very solid lead. 10 minutes in. The first Lord was... They didn't get the first Lord in the previous game, so they couldn't break inhibitors or threaten the structures, but now they definitely have that opportunity. 4,000 gold Lord advantage.
Yeah, now this is good time. Like, JP NINERS, they couldn't close out game 1. Now they have a much more apparent way to close out the game. Zav's level 15, he's got a Malefic Roar as well. Max is so far ahead here. Eventually Janus, if he doesn't get the biggest Daytona's welcome and set up on 4-man, he is gonna die. But even then, he's so squishy. And I don't know how they're doing this here because this feels very endable for NINERS.
He doesn't have Daytona's welcome anymore. Barbosa forced it out with the final slash. And the piercing damage almost killed Noir. True Janus. That is the threat the Moscow brings, and Yetri, he just solos that bottom inhibitor.
Yeah.
And that's 2 down.
It feels like Sakan just doesn't have the AoE damage right now, and again, this is not an Natan game. Moscow is able to just do so much value. You've got Loi as well. Team HAQ, they're going to throw everything here. Like, this is GG endable right now.
Yeah, in one fell swoop, JP9 has got all 3 inhibitors. The entire base of Team HAQ, late Baron. Man, that piercing damage is disgusting. Iris caught, had to use the bravest fighter. Even the Raging Slash to get away, flicker final slash, catching to Yin Yang reaction. JP9 is lining them up and knocking them down. Yetri might end up going down to Sakin though, as Change of Turn praises wrath from Max with the finisher onto target number 3. Piercing damage from Zav, slowly finds the triple kill. JP9ers finds the equalizer. We are going to game 3.
Yeah, that's